y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video is about the Ultimatum Queer Love. This is pretty much up until episode 2 because I'm recording this right after my episode 2 video. And I just wanted to put this in a separate video because I think it warrants a discussion. I want to talk about what I'm calling the AJ effect. Because I am someone who is an introvert. I also have social anxiety diagnosed. So by no means a people person. I show up better on camera, way better than I do in person. Like if you ever see me in person, I might be like, people, and kind of nervous because I have social anxiety. But when I look at someone like AJ, who is super charismatic, you can tell just by looking at her aura, as the kids say, exudes charisma. I wanted to pose a question about whether or not she should be judged for being a charismatic person. We saw the scene of Bridget kind of coming at her during the choice and saying, look, you've been out here making connections with everybody. Why is that? It feels a little fake. It feels a little disingenuous. And now I feel like I didn't get the real you because you're telling everybody the same thing.
I was growing frustrated, hearing from other people that you were having the same conversation, doing similar things in dates. I'm not here to be the authenticity police, but it was just a little bit frustrating to spend all this time and energy in our dates trying to put aside that manufactured confidence and put on chemistry. I just wish I could have gotten more of the real AJ.
But the thing is, she's not just telling everybody the same thing. That's just how she is. She is a charismatic person. Brittany said it in episode 1. Brittany again jumped to AJ's defense in episode 2. Right after Bridget said that, she said, look, AJ is charismatic. She does make friends everywhere she goes. This is the type of person who she is. So it does not surprise me that she's making connections with multiple people. And so I guess my question is, if you're a type of person who is charismatic, who is an extrovert through and through, do you feel like you often come off as being too friendly, especially if you're in a relationship? Has your significant other ever said to you, oh, you've been a little bit too friendly with that person, when really that's just who you are? Or even this, I've heard people say this, oh, people always think I'm flirting with them, but I'm just being nice. I ain't never had that problem. I've actually had the opposite problem. Before I was diagnosed with my social anxiety, people would think I was really standoffish when really I was nervous as hell. Like, I always tell the story about what made me go get diagnosed and what made me go to therapy. I was in college. I was trying to get out more because I was also kind of reserved and had a small friend group in high school. And so when I got to college, I was like, I'm gonna make friends now. It wasn't, it was just the school. Now, I'm in college, I'm free, I'm gonna go do all these things. And I went to this mixer for college. It was like a little, how they do a smorgasbord for colleges. There were games and things. And I walked in, I was really confident. And then I got there and I sat in the corner by myself on my phone the entire night. Not because people weren't being nice to me. Really, they didn't even notice me. Not because of anyone was being mean, but because I was so anxious about socializing with people that I could not bring myself to stand up and go introduce myself. That was the moment that I said, oh, because all my life I had been saying, oh, I'm just shy. That was the moment that I realized, oh, this is not shy. There is something keeping me from doing this. I am afraid of talking to people. And that's why I went to therapy. And that's when I said, look, I think I have social anxiety. Like, I am stressed when I have to talk to people. And over the years, I've done the work. I've kind of fallen off of it. I should start doing the work again to kind of put myself out there more. But it's just interesting when you're looking at someone who is the complete and polar opposite of that and how they just go around and they just make friends. So I wonder if other people who are charismatic have that problem. And I wonder if you all think that AJ is being genuine. It is my opinion that she is being genuine. I do think that is her genuine personality. She is a friend maker and an extrovert through and through. I think a lot of people call themselves extroverts, but we are seeing one live and living color. And I don't think people are used to seeing that. So let me know if y'all think AJ is being a player because she's getting a player title. I understand why she's getting that title. And I don't think that she's not a player, but I don't think that she's playing. And that might be confusing, but if you get me, you get me. I think she's just a smooth talker and that's her genuine self. And it comes off as being playish. But I just wanted to drop my thoughts on that. Let me know if y'all agree, disagree, if you have your own experiences as an extrovert, as an introvert, as someone who has social anxiety, because I even think being an introvert and having social anxiety are two completely separate, different experiences. I already knew that she was going to be a problem, and that's why I made the thumbnail of my very first video, AJ gonna be a problem. Lo and behold, the problem in full effect. Her charismatic nature is a little bit to her detriment on this show so far. So I'm just curious about what y'all think. I'm gonna have my commentary up on episode 3 up pretty soon, and until then, I'll see y'all later. Bye!
Wake up in Pasadena, nobody asked where we from. Cold-blooded conversation, ADD told me to run. Why he got too many coats, Cali got too many sons. Home of the famous and broke, broken and lonely a bunch.